Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is gonna be an interesting one. I would say this is probably the top most highly requested and anticipated videos I have ever gotten. I wanna say a couple things before I just jump right in, so bear with me. Number one, I am going to be as brutally and bluntly honest as I possibly can be in this video because I don't even think you guys understand the tea. Number two, this happened in December of 2017. I would say 2017, 2018, those were the darkest years of my life. To be completely honest, I've needed to take those 3 years to completely collect myself to be able to put together this video. It is a lot, but this is the 5th time that I've tried filming this video. I also want to say that in pretty much all of my videos, I always have to make a note on my phone because you guys know how I am. I'm extremely all fucking over the place. But I really wanted this video to come from my guts, like from the depths of my soul, as raw and real and authentic as possible, because I think with this story I need to kind of tell it from the heart rather than read from a script. And not that I script my videos, obviously. I just wanted this to flow on its own. Let's get into it, shall we?
The truth.
Okay, so what we decided to do was to add in clips of me and Natalie because Natalie's in town right now. She lives in Charleston, South Carolina. So she lives in Charleston, South Carolina. We decided to film this while she's here because I feel like you wouldn't be getting the full story without it. I'm going to actually change the names of some of the characters in this story just in case of legal purposes. I don't want to get fucking sued. Natalie said it's okay to use her name, which is my best friend who I went on this trip with, and we're gonna get into it. Okay, so square one. Opportunity arose for us to go to Miami, Florida. Needless to say, we jumped on the offer, didn't even question, didn't even think twice about it, and we went on this trip with a man who we are going to call Oscar in the story, okay? We get on the plane, and this is honestly where it starts. Like, there was not a single second on this entire trip from the moment we took off to the moment we literally landed home where something crazy wasn't happening. So anyway, we get on the plane. I think I have a picture. First of all, I'm gonna be putting pictures and videos on the screen this entire video because you guys need to be seeing the things that I'm talking about in real life. So we get on the plane, immediately take a half Xan. And I also think that we were drinking. I think we drank like either Jack or Grey Goose on the plane. We get off the plane, which I don't even remember how we got to the hotel. The one time she doesn't answer my FaceTime.
Did you really use Drano because it smells?
That shit was so funny, dude.
Oh, she's a bubbling. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna cry. Cause it smells so bad, like it's like insane. Anyway, I'm filming right now. Say hi.
Oh, hi.
I'm at the very beginning of the story. I don't fucking remember how we got to our hotel.
Are you like asking me to like answer this like honestly?
Wait, is it something bad? I don't remember. We didn't meet until we got to the, but we didn't meet him until we got to the hotel, remember?
Oh yeah. I think like we Ubered then. I just remember like when we were waiting on the car, we were playing the Miami song. How's it go?
We're in Miami, bitch.
Well, I think that the reason we don't remember is because we were off a half a Xan and drinking on the plane.
Yeah, that too.
Thanks for
and
clarifying.
Don't forget to like mention about how like you broke some glasses.
Oh, I'm gonna get there. Okay, apparently we don't really remember how we got to the hotel, but that's beside the point. One of the prettiest hotels I've ever been to. Also forgot to mention a minor detail. So this man, Oscar, is what we like to call a sugar daddy, okay? We meet Oscar, everything is fun, everything is great, we hang out for a little bit, but mind you, I'm so fucked up. I was off half a bar and I had been drinking on the plane, and then immediately as we walked into the hotel room, we were downing Grey Goose. This is where things start going black. I remember meeting Oscar, I remember like talking to him a little bit, hanging out, chilling, we were taking pictures, everything was fun and dandy. And then there's a moment where I completely blacked.
Michaela gets plastered the first night, okay? Breaks glasses on the floor. I was downstairs at the beach doing a little something. I get a call from Oscar saying, you need to get up here. She's breaking glasses, like this is not okay. This was our first impression.
What was I like when you got back to the hotel?
Oh, you were plastered, you couldn't even walk straight.
I was breaking things, shattering glass, not on accident, on purpose. Was anyone bleeding?
No
Good.
blood, no
Okay.
blood, that was good.
No blood yet.
And at the time, no one really knew I was in Florida.
They knew, but they didn't know.
So I asked this bitch not to put me on her Snapchat. What does she do when she's plastered? She puts me on the Snapchat.
I woke up the next morning still completely obliterated, and I could not find my phone anywhere, nowhere to be found. And I thought I was roofied, and then I remembered that I had taken half of Xanax. Because you were pissed at me, and I didn't really know why. I thought it was just because I was so drunk the night before.
I woke up in the morning, I checked Snapchat, and I see that the bitch posted me on her story, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, I didn't have my phone, so I couldn't delete it.
500 people had already seen it, like, way too late.
More like 1,000.
Yeah. You woke up in the morning, you were like, fucking damn near crying, like you could not find the phone.
So I immediately get on Find My iPhone on Natalie's phone. We see it's pinging at the hotel, and it looks like it's in the fountain on the main floor. I had alcohol and lipstick and makeup all over my shirt. My shirt was like halfway hanging off of my body. I was wearing like these shorts that somehow got a rip in them. Like I looked insane. I go down in the lobby and I start asking the workers, have you seen an iPhone 8 anywhere? Remember we were like asking everyone like, have you seen a phone anywhere? And then we found out, I found out at least, that I was at the bar the night before in the hotel.
Yeah, we were at the bar.
Have no, like zero recollection of being at the bar. So I was like, oh my God. So I think that's when it got stolen. This one guy, I don't remember his name, but he was so sweet. He was like, I'll help you look for it. So we're literally looking for probably like 2 hours at this point. It's pinging right here, like where the fuck is it at? Wasn't in the fountain, wasn't in any of the bushes. Maybe I got drunk and stood on the balcony and just chucked my phone. I don't know, I wouldn't put it past me. Then the worker is like, I'm gonna go like check in their break room. I see him, he has his hands behind his back and he's like coming back to me after searching this little lobby or break room or whatever. Oh my God, he fucking found it. He comes up to me and he hands me my phone, which is shattered, by the way. I probably hugged him for, I don't know, 5 minutes. I was like in tears, because mind you, I was still so fucked up. I don't even really clearly remember it. We've just been looking for 3+ hours. Where the fuck was it? And he proceeded to say he found it in one of his co-workers' lockers. Come to find out that this guy, this piece of shit co-worker of his, was trying to steal my phone. But he found it, he saved the day, everything was fine. That's the first night, not even 24 hours of being there, okay? Oscar had to go do his manly duties for the day. He had to go to work.
He was like, I don't have time for this. I need to go, like.
He was so mad. I do remember he said those exact words. I don't have time for this. Put his business suit on and left us by ourselves, which is exactly what we were waiting for. Honestly, we were like, get the fuck out of here. We put on our bathing suits on like the little whores that we are. We go to the beach. We start ordering drink after drink. This is like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Drink after drink after drink after drink after drink after drink after drink after.
I'm pretty sure I have a receipt of our bill from that day, which mind you, we just charged it all to the room. Platters and platters of food and fruit.
Anytime a drink was like half gone, we were like, all right, another round.
You know what? Can we actually have a platter of shrimp?
Charge to the room.
Some salmon, yeah, everything.
Anything we would say that day, charge to the room. Hey, we
Fat
forgot to mention, the night we got there, we found out some of our friends from our hometown were in Miami. Somehow, we invite Brendan and his friend, Aubrey. Oscar's like, yeah, like, they can come over, like.
Don't know how we convinced this man the first night we were there to let our
like,
friends.
hey, let's have another guy and a girl come over.
Yeah.
So then we meet them on the beach that morning, right?
Yeah, we met them at the beach. That was the day we ran up a $800 tab. That was also the day that we met Fernando. The waiter that we had for the morning shift left, and our afternoon waiter came. Our beach boy, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Instantly, I was like, who is this man? First of all, if you've ever been to Miami, you know the people there are like ridiculously out of control attractive. It's just a thing. I immediately start flirting with him, and at this point, we're like 10 drinks deep. So I'm flirting with him, you know, I'm making him take pictures of me and Natalie, the usual.
Fernando comes and it's a switch of scenery. Michaela's like, oh. Then they were like texting and didn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he had the goods, okay?
He
Let's
had
just
the
put it that
goods.
way.
He says, hey, what are you doing after this? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, well, do you want to go for a ride on my motorcycle? So of course I said, yeah, let's go for a ride on your motorcycle. You're a complete stranger to me. That sounds like a lot of fun. We go back up to the hotel. I clean up a bit, as much as I can at least, because I'm hammered. He calls me and he's like, I'm downstairs. So me and Natalie like run to the balcony and we see him, this fine ass man on his fucking crotch rocket, and we're just like, I take my little happy ass downstairs. We go for a little spin, a little joyride. I actually have a pic on the back of his bike. Needless to say, that was an adventure. I think we decided to go out, but then we didn't go out because I wasn't even, forgot to mention this too, I was not even 21 yet. Fernando is like, hey, what are you doing? And I ended up like getting real cute, and he picked me up on the back of his bike and we rode around town. I think we ended up going to like one of the coolest like little bars slash clubs I've literally ever been to. There was like a big bathtub, a huge neon sign. I'm pretty sure I have pictures, so I will show you. And then I remember we went down to the beach that was like kind of right across the street, and there was like this little park bench, and we literally sat there for hours. It was really strange because I felt like extremely connected to him, and not in like a romantic way, but like in a way that I knew that I just felt that something was going to happen. And I know that sounds crazy and like corny and cliche, but I felt like we were going to do something together, if that makes any sense. So then I think he took me home, or maybe we ended up going to our friend's hotel. I don't really remember. I don't think I was sober a single second, like maybe for 10 minutes when I woke up in the morning, but then I literally like brushed my teeth with fucking vodka. So I think that's why I don't really remember a lot of it. Because the second day is when we went to the pool and we ordered pizza.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And you ate my pizza and I was so fucking mad at you.
You were swimming.
I was so pissed. And then we met these other people that were like huge DJs from like Sweden or Norway or something. And they invited us to go to their hotel room. So we left Oscar again. We went to their hotel room and literally partied. And we took a bath together.
Yeah.
Did we take a bath?
Yeah.
Okay, so we put our timeline together. So first night, blacked. Lost my phone. Next day, beach. Then we
Charged to the room.
Then we went to the pool. You ate my pizza.
Chilled.
We chilled. We hung out with those dudes from Norway. And then we went back to the hotel room, and I think we stayed the night at the hotel room. Then the third night is when you guys went to live, and I went out with Fernando because I was 20 and I couldn't get in. Even though I went to a bar that night.
Well, because he
got
knew
me in.
the person.
Yeah, he got me in. One night, me and Nat were like, you know, I think we're just kind of over Oscar. You know, we found our friends here. I found Fernando. Like, let's just do our own thing.
So he got a table. Brendan and Aubrey got invited to the club. We all went to the club, and for some reason, me and Aubrey are in the bathroom, and I'm like, I do not want to like stay at that hotel anymore. Let's go get our shit out of the room. She wasn't able to be there, so you were hanging out with.
I was with Fernando.
I call her, I'm like, dude, like he's still at the club. Like, remember we couldn't get into the hotel room?
Oh yeah, we couldn't get into
the hotel room. We were like, no, like we need to get our stuff, and we had to like go up to the front desk. I don't even know. And then somehow Oscar found out that we were trying to leave. We're trying to get our bags. Yeah.
I thought he didn't know until after we were gone. Wait, how did we end up meeting back together after you went to the club and I was with Fernando?
Fernando came to the hotel and was trying to help us, I think.
He was?
Yeah. I don't know how we got our bags out of there. For some reason, I feel like Oscar knew, but then like he definitely found out that night. We took a bunch of stuff from the minibar too, like so.
Oh yeah, we did. We took like bottles and bottles of Grey Goose. Yeah.
Snacks, freaking water.
We did. We took I think we emptied it. I think we took every last thing.
I think he tried to tell the W Hotel that he didn't charge that to the room. When we ran up that tab, he denied that. Like he said it wasn't him, remember? So like he didn't have to pay for that. Like I think the hotel ended up having to pay for that.
A good thing our names weren't on the hotel, because we would be banned for life. We packed up all of our shit, everything, and just left. We went and stayed at our friend's hotel room, which mind you is probably one of the smallest hotel rooms I've ever seen. One bed, and we all slept in the bed, including Fernando. I think the next day we were supposed to go home. Moving forward to the last day that you were there, what is your recollection of me bringing up the idea that I wasn't leaving?
I was so pissed at you.
I remember thinking and saying this out loud to the group. Fernando and I have kind of just been throwing it up in the air that maybe I should stay a little bit longer. He also had invited me to go to his work Christmas party, which was the hotel that I had just been staying at, the W's hotel. He wanted me to go to his Christmas party with him as his date in Miami, okay? Can you imagine going to a Christmas party on the beach? In Miami. I told Natalie, listen, I love you, but like, you're actually gonna leave Miami and go home by yourself because I'm gonna actually stay with Fernando. She was pissed. She was like, I think this is a horrible idea. And I said, no, everything's gonna be fine. This is gonna be so much fun.
I just remember like, she was just like head over heels for this boy. And like, I understand why he was freaking had a bike, like lived in Miami. He didn't have a shirt on. Did he have a shirt on? I already knew, like, when she had brought it up, like, that her mind was, like, literally already made up. Like,
yeah, I was already set.
There was no, like, me saying anything that could change her mind.
That's one thing about me. If I want something, if I want to do something,
she's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I was so pissed at you. Like, honestly, I don't think we, like, talked for a while after Miami.
Well, after the trip, we didn't speak for some months.
I did like ask you, I think, how you were. Like I was.
Yeah, you were making sure that I was okay, for sure.
But I was like, see, if this bitch would have listened to the smart adult here.
But then we also wouldn't be here making the story time right now.
Cheers.
So
Cheers
to that. I remember leaving Brennan and Aubrey's hotel and like sitting outside for a little bit, and that's where I took that picture of you.
Yeah, but did they leave the same day I did?
No, they left the day after because I hung out with them that night, but I stayed with that night.
What did Oscar say? Like when we...
Well, remember, wasn't he trying to cancel our flights? But then you called the airline.
And it was too late. No, it was too... it was too late for him to cancel the flights because I had already checked in, remember?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, fuck yeah, like, let's go to their hotel.
You smart bitch.
I was like, let's go to their hotel. I'm already checked in. And, like, I think you weren't checked, or maybe you were checked in.
No, I think I was checked in, but I didn't know at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, Fernando, I almost said his name. He had mentioned something about, like, well, why don't you just, like, stay? Like, why don't you just, we'll have a good time, come to this Christmas party with me. So I was, like, already kind of thinking about it, but I didn't say anything to anyone about it. But then the day that you were leaving, I was like, dude, I have some money left. I feel like I can just buy a hostel and go to this Christmas party and buy a ticket home. I didn't have anywhere to stay. I could no longer stay at the hotel that we were first staying at, and I could no longer stay at the hotel that our friends were staying at because they were also leaving. I decided to get a hostel, okay? And Fernando works all day, every day, so I'm literally by myself. I literally remember Natalie leaving to get on, like, to go to the airport, and we just walked in separate directions. I'm like walking with my suitcase, like, where am I gonna stay? And Natalie's like, okay, I'm fucking going home. But I ended up finding this hostel. It ended up like actually being really cool. I don't know if you guys know what a hostel is, but it's basically like a hotel, but well, it's more or less like a house or a building where everyone shares bedrooms. You sleep in bunk beds. I remember I stayed there that night, and then I woke up in the morning and I was like, well, it's the day of the Christmas party, so I'm gonna go shopping. And I went shopping by myself for hours downtown Miami. Somehow made my way back home and got ready for this Christmas party. Fernando picks me up, and then we went to the Christmas party back at the hotel, and I was like, kind of have deja vu right now. This Christmas party was absolutely monumental. If you've never been to Miami, the people party there like wild fucking animals. It was truthfully insane, and the fact that it was a work party just made it all better. Like the fact that these people are belligerently drunk, like doing cocaine off keys and like pulling like bags out of their pocket and like just downing bottles of wine and bottles of alcohol. Like it was just insane. After the Christmas party ended, we followed a bunch of his coworkers and went to this like little karaoke bar. Continued to get more and more fucked up. I remember like a band was there. This is actually where things really start to take a turn for the worse. It's getting close to like 2, maybe 3 a.m. This picture was taken, oh look, Miami Beach, Flamingo, Lummis. I don't know what the fuck that means. That's probably the club we were at. 2:37 a.m. So that is when we decided to leave this little karaoke bar. Yeah, we were very intoxicated. We should not have been driving a car, let alone a fucking motorcycle. I'm wearing a tube top, a skirt, an open skirt, high heels, no helmet. And he's wearing boots, jeans, a long coat, and a helmet. Yeah, so we get on the bike. We're proceeding to drive home. Is he driving a little reckless? Absolutely. Am I worried? Not at all. I was so fucked up that I literally was like, let's fucking go. We're going probably, I don't know, like 80 on the highway. All jokes aside, I do really have PTSD from this accident. So it's like weird for me to talk about sometimes, but we were going 80 on the highway. He wanted to pass this car that was in the right lane. We sped past in the left lane because we like came up behind this car and we were going so fast that when he got in the left lane to pass this car that's right next to us in the right lane, they didn't see us. They were also getting over. So they literally hit us at the exact same time. We completely flew. I mean, I flew so far. I remember the feeling of getting hit, but I don't remember landing because I think it probably knocked me out. I remember just opening my eyes and thinking to myself like, okay, if you don't scream right now, you're dead. But if you can open your mouth and gasp and scream, then you're gonna be okay. And it was weird, like that was like an instantaneous thought. Like it all happened so fast, obviously. But so I remember as soon as I opened my eyes, I was like, can I make a sound? And then I like gasped and screamed. Fernando, he was like, are you okay? Are you okay? But we were so far apart from each other. I don't really remember. It's all like honestly a blur. But the one thing I do remember is a car must have stopped and parked and pulled over when they saw it happen. Not the car that hit us, by the way, because it was a hit and run. But a different car, they stopped. And I remember this man in a white button-up shirt. He was standing over top of me. He was probably talking to me. He was probably like saying, are you okay? Can you move? Like whatever. But I remember like not listening to anything he was saying. And I just said, wow, you smell so good. And then I just remember him laughing and he was like, she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. So then I remember the ambulance getting there and Fernando honestly wasn't that injured. He had to get stitches in his knee, but he was wearing boots and a helmet and a jacket and pants. And I was wearing a tube top and a skirt and heels and no helmet. And I also just want to say too, like, you should never get on a bike without a helmet. You should never not be wearing the proper gear. You should not be driving recklessly, and you absolutely should not be driving intoxicated or under the influence of anything. They're very dangerous. They're hard to see. It's scary, and someone else could have gotten hurt too. So I just want to say, like, yeah, it's funny because I make a joke out of everything, but you need to be safe. I mean, I am still experiencing, like, I can't watch, this is real, you guys, I can't watch movies with motorcycles. If I'm driving and I see a motorcycle, I will literally turn and go the opposite direction if I have to like stay as far the fuck away from them as I possibly can, because it triggers severe anxiety and PTSD. And someone asked me the other day, like, will you ever get on the back of a motorcycle again? And the answer is fuck no. I will never. It's just not worth it to me. I think that they are extremely dangerous and you can't stop people from doing what they want to do, but if you are going to do it, it's just so important to be safe about it. So the entire right side of my body, and I'm going to put pictures up on the screen, so just a little forewarning, there is going to be blood and some graphic images. If you don't want to see, if they're triggering for you, just skip forward a little bit. But the entire right side of my body had extreme road rash. I had to get stitches in, did I get stitches in my shoulder? No, I think I only got stitches in my knee. It was disgusting. It was like popping out of my skin. I have extreme nerve damage on my pinky. I have no feeling right here. Then I have like a crazy scar right here on my shoulder that there's no point in showing you, but I just have scars everywhere, basically. It was insane because the paramedics, when they got there, first of all, couldn't believe I was alive. They said the only reason that you survived and that you didn't fracture your skull or crack your head open or break your spine or break any bones, because I actually didn't break any bones other than my pinky, is because you were drunk and your body was loose when you fell and you didn't stiffen up. That's kind of insane. Like, I wish I would have never gotten on the back of it, but I'm actually kind of glad that I was drunk when it happened, because who knows if I would even be sitting here today. We got to the hospital. I remember calling my dad and just like in so much pain, like just in so much fucking pain. And I just remember like bawling on the phone to my dad, and my dad was like pissed at first, but then he was just like, he would just start crying, and he was just like, you need to get home. Like, you need to get home. And I was like, I can't even get on a plane right now. Like, you don't understand my injuries. Like, this is gonna be, like, I have to heal for a couple days. I'm staying at this fucking hospital by myself. My best friend went home, as she should have. And this is also days before Christmas. Another little thing that I forgot to mention is I also spent all of my money. I probably had like $100. So I didn't fucking know how I was gonna get home. But I couldn't even think about that, honestly, because I just knew that I needed to heal for a couple days and just like lay in bed and not do anything. Thankfully, Fernando's mom, thank God that they were so nice and so willing to let me stay there while I healed. So his mom, who didn't speak a lick of English, by the way, she was probably one of the sweetest, humble people I've ever met in my entire life. I will never forget her. And she took care of me for a few days while I was there, which I don't really remember a lot of it because I was so fucked up off like pain pills. Road rash, you guys, is the most uncomfortable wound to heal from. You can't move your body, and I was so sore too. But then finally, I mean, I think it was like Christmas Eve, and I'm talking to my dad and I'm like, listen, I don't fucking know how I'm gonna get home. I don't have money, I can't afford it. I didn't want to ask anyone for money because that's just me. I'm like a very prideful person when it comes to asking people for help. I was prideful in the sense that I was scared to ask my family because I knew that they were judging me. I mean, they weren't judging me, but I knew they knew that I was making horrible, terrible decisions. So I felt guilty asking for assistance from them, and I felt better asking you guys. So I ended up like asking for donations, which is so embarrassing to me. Like, I can't even believe that that's something that I did, but I didn't know what else to do. I don't know how it happened, but I ended up getting home on Christmas Eve. I still can't believe that I made such horrible decisions, but I don't regret any of it. And I know I probably sound like a crazy person, but I truly don't. I don't regret a single thing. I don't regret staying. I don't regret going. I don't regret getting on the back of the motorcycle. I don't regret any of it. It has honestly, truthfully, 100% formed and shaped me into the person that I am today. First of all, it's a good story. I really think that I wouldn't be the Michaela that I am right now if it wasn't for all the fucking horrible decisions that I made. I don't even know what else to say. Like, now I'm like, now what? Like, what do I say now? Some of you have asked if I've talked to Fernando since then. I haven't. And going back to like what I was saying about sitting on the park bench with him and talking with him for literally like 4 hours, I almost feel like I knew what was gonna happen. And I know that sounds crazy, and also probably like, well, fucking duh. Like, obviously you're gonna get in a motorcycle accident if you're fucked up getting on the back of a motorcycle, but like, I just felt it. Like, I just knew that something was gonna happen with him. That's the story. I know it's kind of crazy. It's a lot crazier. It was a lot crazier living it than it is retelling it. I'm alive. I'm doing well, I'm okay. And I'm curious, drop a comment right now if you have been here since that trip happened. Have you been watching and following me since the Miami trip? I need to know. I feel like I've been needing to tell this story to you guys for years. Anyway, the next video is going to be your guys' assumptions about me. I have a bunch that you guys have already sent me, but if you do have any more assumptions about me, feel free to drop it in this video comment section and I will respond to them in my next video. But thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video, for being here with me on this journey. It's been quite a wild ride. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and if you want to see more. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Well, Natalie, thank you for coming on my channel.
No, like, after this whole trip though, Oscar still proceeded to keep in contact. So like, I thought it was just for the fuck of it.
We tried to charge everything to the room. No regrets.
No regrets, really.
Even for me, no regrets.
Do you ever talk to him anymore? You ever heard from him at all?
He watches my stories.
Shot
o'clock.
We're in Miami, bitch.
Hey.
Really want some Alfredo. Oh my god, wet, that hat.
Was that our hat? This is the bike we speak of. On January 3rd, 2020, I posted a picture of the motorcycle, of the photo shoot I did right after the accident, and it was this picture. You can like see, you can see all my scars everywhere. And he responded and said, good and bad memories, but the better outweighed the worse. Great recovery. So we're here filming right now. I already filmed my Okay, so we're here filming. Stop laughing at me. This is stupid. Should we smoke? Do you have Rillos?
No.
Yeah, baby. Fuck around with the fuck around.
Fuck around
bitch.
and get fucked around.
Fuck around and get fucked around. Yeah, And who is he smoking with?
Why, hello, my lovely lovebirds. Let me see your OnlyFans, by the way.
Drunk, I've never seen you clearer than now. We're flying high, floating somewhere up in the